Hello, it's Mel here again from simplylive.com.au. So I was asked the question on one of the videos just recently, what sort of words are the best to learn when you're travelling overseas? I think at the end of the day, it's really, really highly variable depending on exactly how you're travelling, what you're doing while you were there, because you want to just make sure you know a few things related to what you're specifically doing. If you have time, I think the number one thing to learn is hello, goodbye, please and thank you. And then it probably doesn't hurt to try and learn something that goes along the lines of, I don't speak Italian, or I only speak a little Italian. Do you speak English? I think the fact that you can say that in the language that's obviously relevant, I'm talking Italian, but whatever, just to be able to walk up, even if you don't get it right, if you can just say, poco italiano, parle inglese, they get it, they understand, and I think they really appreciate the fact that you're actually trying to say something with a little bit of Italian, no matter how wrong you get it. So most people are really great if you have the right attitude, if you put on a big smile, if you kind of go, oh, perdono, scusi, poco italiano, they appreciate the fact that you're saying, I recognise, I'm sorry, I recognise that I don't understand your language, and maybe I should. But obviously you can't. If you're going from city to country to country to country, you cannot learn a whole heap of languages super fast. So just getting a couple of words is fantastic. Beyond that, if you have a little bit more time, I would say the priorities are the things that are important to you. So for me, the number one important thing is to know how to order a cup of coffee. Just ask for a cup of coffee, and in the cup of coffee in the form that you like it. So, know the word for coffee, espresso or cappuccino. Understand that it's different. A cappuccino in France and Spain is nothing like a cappuccino in Italy. So it might be a cafe con leche. Know that leche is milk, or latte or latte. So if you want milk, know how to say milk in the language, and if you want sugar, you want to know how to say sugar in the language. And that's a critically important thing for me, I have to say. So apart from saying hello, goodbye, coffee, I'm joking, but seriously. And I think the most important thing, or the two most important things then, is to do with your travel and to learn the word for where. I think that, with travel, if you want to be able to say the word for ticket, because you want to buy a ticket. So you don't even need to know the word for buy. You just say bigliette. They know. If you just say ticket, and pull faces, they know that you want a ticket. It's okay. And the other thing that's probably really important is the word for platform or gate. So if you kind of go binario, which platform? You're only saying platform, and looking confused, but they will understand. They know what you're trying to say. So understanding that, because sometimes in the rush of the moment there's no signage, and you really need to figure out which of the 15 platforms you've got to get onto your train. So I think that's a really important word to know. And if you're catching a lot of buses, knowing how to say, I need the next stop, or can you, tell me where to get off, or stop. If you wanted to say stop at Central, if you just said, basta centrale or something like that, stop Central, even if it's not the correct usage, they understand. So, having to know when to stop. What else is important? Where I think is really important. Because most nouns that you can sound out or action out, if you're wanting to say, where is the airport, you can kind of go bzz for the airport, or chugga chugga chug for the train, or something, or a bus, autobus, or something, autobus, or something. You can spit out something that they understand that you want a bus or a car or something with sign language. But where is really hard to action out in sign language. So I found that knowing the word for where, so that they understand that you don't want to be saying to them, policia, and they think that you asking them to call the police. If you want the police station, if you can say dove policia, where police, they will direct you. So I think where is actually a really, really important word to know, because you want directions somewhere and you want a coffee shop or you want a hotel or you want something, and being able to ask where is important as a tourist. If you have more time and if you have time to learn a little bit more, I think the numbers, up to say 20 is obviously really good to know, and also the numbers for the currency. So to be able to say, when someone says to you it's uno euro, it's €1, 20, is 20 cents. So, being able to understand the money. But even that's not super critical, because if you just hand them the wrong amount, they're going to fix it for you and ask you more. But it's nice. They normally turn a receipt around to you. But in terms of nicety, understanding some numbers, I would think even more important to that is probably for touristing, knowing the days of the week and the word for the weekend, and what the weekend means, because, if you're trying to book a ticket for Wednesday, you need to make sure that you didn't muck it up and actually get a ticket for Thursday. So it's worth knowing that. And, semana is the word in Spanish for weekday, and it's fin de semana, which is the end of the weekend, the end of the week for the weekend. But be aware that on a timetable in Italy, for example, when they say fiesta and feriale, fiesta being the holiday day is Sunday, it's not the weekend, it's just Sunday. So the timetable in most places will run Monday to Saturday, and what appears to be their weekend schedule when it says fiesta is actually, and I was told it was the weekend, and I kept turning up at the wrong time on Saturday and couldn't understand, because their weekend as defined by fiesta is only Sunday. So just understanding that from a travel perspective, I think, is important. And the other words that are really handy, I think, is to know what yesterday is, today and tomorrow. So you can say mañana, I want a ticket for tomorrow, billete mañana. It's that sort of stuff that is easy to try and pick up those things. And I muddle up Italian, Spanish and Portuguese, because I'm moving between those countries a lot. And, I will sometimes say mañana in Portuguese, and it should be amana, I think it is. So, but they still understand. It's close enough, they get it, and it's really cool. So people are really, really tolerant. If you at least try and say something and look a little bit contrite, I think most people in most countries get a little bit annoyed when you put on an arrogant front and just walk up in English and expect that they're going to know your English, and you're not even making any attempt, and you're in fact looking a little bit frustrated with them because they don't know English, even if it's a tourist town. It's the way it is. So just having a bit of politeness about you, and a little bit of, oh, sorry, scusi, oh, I don't understand. People are amazing. So they're probably the main things that I can think of off the cuff that I would learn to be travelling anywhere, if at all possible. Have a great day. Bye.